Do you think Nico Rosberg's a secret fan of my channel? Because he says for sure an awful lot of the time, doesn't he? Attack of the Theresa Mays there.
In 500 yards, slight right turn.
Can't turn right down there today because there's some half-parks marathon on. My next door neighbour Nick is doing it today. He was up at 6 to come and do this today. I'm glad I wasn't doing that. So welcome to today's vlog anyway. I am in Westminster now. Pretty easy journey in until I got here. I should have trusted the sat-nav. I went my own way and now I'm stuck in traffic, and even though I'm not using Waze at the moment, just using the sat-nav on the car, and I should have gone over Tower Bridge. But anyway, I'm here. It gives me a chance to talk to you guys. Busy day in town today. Say we've got a Jazz Vespers at 5:30 this evening. Great to get the guys back together. We're doing, I think I can now reveal to you, we are filming a very special BBC programme, which is what I've been kind of hinting at over a few vlog episodes. The BBC are making a programme about our Jazz Vespers and about Methodist Central Hall, so that's one of the reasons I've been kind of like not vlogging and everything else like that, because it's just been so busy. Now we're not filming that till November, and it should be being broadcasted in the new year sometime. It's a beautiful day in London this morning. The sky is fantastic. I hope I caught some of it on some of the time lapses. There's sort of this low cloud. I woke up at like 5:30 this morning. I am trying to wake up earlier. I just believe if you get up early you can get more things done. The Grand Prix was on, so it was great to watch Lewis win. Well done, Lewis Hamilton. Do you think Nico Rosberg's a secret fan of my channel? Because he says for sure an awful lot of the time, doesn't he? This view here, I'll flip the camera around for a second. I remember visiting London in 2004 with my then girlfriend, and I remember getting off. It must have been kind of somewhere around here. Maybe it was Westminster Tube, we got a further down, I don't know, but I remember getting off on this section of Embankment and just seeing Big Ben behind the trees and just having this overarching feeling of, I belong here, I want to be here. And some people from, you know, well, wherever you are, so there are some people who feel really comfortable in cities, who feel that, you know, this is the place for them to be, and there are some people that find it really difficult and not for them. I mean, I've got good friends and family. My mum, for example, is not a great fan of London. I love it. I think it's great. So every time I drive down here, especially when the trees are like this, all in full bloom, it does remind me of that. I just do remember that visual moment of seeing Big Ben behind the trees and going, yeah, this is a place I want to be, and I'm very fortunate that I'm able to do that. The great thing about working around this area of London is you don't really feel that self-conscious about using a camera when you're out and about, because there's so many other people using cameras anyway. But one of the things he says, as I get loads of dirty looks, one of the things I wanted to do today, I was just going through my time hop and this popped up. It was a blog post I wrote on my website a few years ago, 3 years ago in fact today. Sadly my website had a kind of major malfunction, so now there's not all the old blog posts are missing, but I have replaced them with vlog posts, which is kind of more what I'm doing now, doing more vlogs than blogs. Try saying that when you've had a few drinks. But anyway, what I decided to do back then was write a letter to myself in 2004, and I thought, as I was reflecting this morning about coming in here and that visit I had in 2004, that I'd share with you a letter that I wrote to myself today. Well, I'm going to write it now, in fact, to myself visiting London in 2004 as a tourist, as a visitor, before kind of having that pang of feeling in that summer of 2004 that, you know, really I needed to come to London. Jazz Vespers was great, really interesting stuff. Looking forward to the filming with the BBC. But let's get back to that letter. Dear Dan of 2004, well Dan, let's just say your life is going to change in the next 3 years more than it ever has or will for the next 10. Dan, you're a great improviser, and you know what, you're going to need those skills more than ever as these next few years push you way out of your comfort zone. Take up that invitation to go to New York, but double your budget. The move to London will be lonely, but spend this time enjoying being alone. Trust me, it's a lot shorter than you think it's going to be. Do you remember that poster in Miss Bennett's PSHE class that told you that you needed to listen twice as much as you talk? Pay heed to that. We do only have one mouth and we have two ears. Watch what you eat and drink. It gets much harder to lose weight and much easier to gain weight as you get older. Learn how to code a bit. It'll get you out of many problems in the future. If it feels wrong, walk away. You have friends and family who really, really love you and want the best for you. Trust them and listen to them. Time is short. One really important thing, you'll only understand how much your parents loved you when you have children of your own. Don't go buying any shares in Lehman Brothers. Remember this phrase, change is made by those who show up. Yes, we can. And I'm not talking about Bob the Builder. Social media isn't always a great use of your time, but watch out for unexpected opportunities that arise from the skills that you've gained. And for your music, it's not necessarily the most important thing in your life. Right now it will be, but there'll be times as you get older where it's not the most important thing. But fundamentally work on tone and time. Start transcribing seriously now. Listen to your teachers. Most of all, enjoy the ride. If I could go back and live these years again, I certainly would. So what's your letter to yourself? You don't have to share it. It'd be great if we got a few more people sharing, even just short little comments that they share to themselves. Back in 2004, I think the big thing that I noticed from writing that letter again to myself is that idea of pushing myself out of my comfort zone. It wasn't easy. Just to go back to that 2004 situation, I was doing really well. I had two of the best teaching gigs in my area. I was playing every weekend in Manchester or Liverpool. I was doing really well, but I knew I needed to get outside of that comfort zone. I was so well within my comfort zone. So getting out of your comfort zone is difficult, and it forces you to change as a person, but it also forces you to think creatively. It makes you find skills that you didn't really know you have. I mean, that thing about improvising was something that came out of when we moved from my previous job to move to this area and take on the work in London. I realised that one of the skills I had as a person was improvising, to be able to find myself in a situation and adapt very, very quickly to it. Which is kind of, really important as a jazz player, to be able to get on and do those kind of things. So let's see some comments. I'm genuinely interested to know what you think about that and about my letter, but also if you'd write your own or share it. I don't mind you sticking links down below for today for this. I need to get some practice done. I've got this humongous gig coming up on Sunday where we're doing Celebrating Blue Note. I'm feeling confident I'm getting there. I'm feeling that my chops are there. Just quickly, have you seen this in iOS 11 where if you have a device that has the Wi-Fi password, why my phone's forgotten the password is another question. My iPad is connected to the Wi-Fi in here, and I tap my phone against the iPad, say share password, and it connects to the iPad. Pretty cool. Now, I don't always recommend doing this. This is kind of one of these things that sometimes you have to do it. I'm incredibly tired today, which means my kind of sense of learning new things is probably quite diminished. And the second thing is, I have worked on a lot of these pieces. I do want to work on the Search for Peace, the McCoy Tyner piece, which is a really great album. I haven't really listened to it much before. And how much confidence must Joe Henderson have had to have walked in and essentially, well, it was, played with Coltrane's rhythm section, that must have been daunting for Joe Henderson to do, but definitely did a phenomenal job. It's a lovely piece. I'm really looking forward to playing it on Sunday. But what I'm going to do now, I've got a playlist together, and I'm just going to jam along to that playlist just to try and make sure I know the forms, I know the endings, and practice a couple of solos. It's not the most ideal way of doing it. The ideal way to do it is to transcribe a bit of that, and then, kind of just work on some ideas. But I don't want to be just organically blurting licks out this weekend. It's got to be more than that. It's got to be really, really on it musically, and to do that I really need to absorb. I think that's as good a place as ever to finish today's vlog. Thank you very much for watching. I don't like 2-day vlogs. They kind of get a little bit frustrating to edit as well as anything else. But thank you for watching. I will see you really, really soon. Bye!